If someone collapses in the grocery store, um, most of us know the drill, right? You check their pulse, you start CPR, maybe you call 911.
Right. You immediately go into that physical emergency mode.
Exactly. But what happens when the emergency isn't, a stopped heart, but a mind in crisis? Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking a mental health equivalent to CPR. It's an emergency intervention protocol called QPR, which stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer.
And specifically, we are going to explore the life-saving power of I statements within that protocol.
Yeah, it's so important.
It really is. What's fascinating here is this core concept of being a gatekeeper. Think of a lifeguard. A lifeguard doesn't perform open-heart surgery on the beach.
Right, it'd be terrible.
Exactly. Their only job is to get you out of the turbulent water and safely to a doctor. So as a gatekeeper in mental health, you aren't trying to fix the underlying problem.
You're just the bridge.
Right, you are simply the bridge connecting a person in pain to professional help.
And if we're just the lifeguard, we need to know how to throw the life preserver without drowning ourselves. Because your only goal is bridging that gap to safety. Exactly how you approach the person really determines if that gate opens or slams shut.
It's a delicate balance.
So let's say you see a massive red light warning sign. Like maybe a friend is suddenly giving away all their prized possessions. How do we even step in?
Well, that brings us to the first step of QPR, which is the question phase. When someone is in a severe crisis, their brain often defaults to what's called primary process thinking.
Which means what exactly?
It means it's purely emotional, it's highly symbolic, and often completely irrational. Essentially, their normal logical scaffolding has just completely collapsed.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because, the instinct might be to dance around the issue, but you actually have to ask about suicide directly. Right?
Yes, directly.
A lot of people worry that asking directly will somehow, plant the idea in the person's head. But the research proves it doesn't do that at all.
Not at all. Think about that collapsed logical scaffolding we just mentioned. When someone is trapped in this emotional mental loop, a direct, jarring question from the outside world actually pierces that bubble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it forces their brain to process external reality. It provides a desperately needed external feedback loop for someone who is trapped in their own mind.
I hear you, but honestly, in a high-stress moment, my instinct is absolutely going to be a you statement. It's just human nature to say, you're acting weird, what's wrong with you?
Oh, sure.
Or why are you giving your stuff away? Why do we have to fight that natural instinct?
Because you statements inherently feel like an attack. If someone's logical scaffolding is already down, their defenses are way up. An attack just forces them further into a defensive posture.
So they'll just shut down.
Exactly. I statements, however, act as a reality testing anchor. You are sharing your reality without judging theirs.
Got it.
So instead of, why are you giving your stuff away, you say, I notice you're giving things away and it worries me.
Okay, so it's just stating an observable fact and your own feeling. But wait, couldn't I just say, I feel like you're being a jerk? That uses the word I.
And that is exactly what we call a fake I statement. Slapping I feel in front of an accusation doesn't magically remove the judgment. Saying, I think you're a bully is not an I statement.
Right, it's still about them.
Exactly. Neither is using words like, I feel unheard or I feel rejected. Those are just hidden accusations focusing on what you think the other person is doing to you instead of naming your actual vulnerable emotions.
That distinction makes total sense. You really have to own your own feelings.
You do. And once you've safely asked the question using a genuine I statement, you use that exact same non-judgmental language to move to the next steps, persuade and refer.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because there's actually a very specific formula for this persuasion step. It's I want plus your goal and I will plus an action. I want you to be safe and I will walk with you to the counselor.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, listen to what's happening when you say, I will walk with you. You are physically becoming their temporary logical scaffolding.
Right.
You're doing the executive functioning they literally cannot do in that moment. And that leads directly to the refer step. This is critical. A gatekeeper never, ever keeps a crisis a secret.
Right. Your job isn't to be their therapist. You walk them to a trusted adult, like a teacher, coach, or nurse. Or you call for help together. The National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988, or you can text 741-741.
And you stay with them until that handoff is complete. You don't just point them toward the door, you walk them through it.
So what does this all mean? Ultimately, I statements are the key that unlocks the gate. They lower the other person's defenses so you can essentially sit in the passenger seat with them and help steer them toward a safe destination.
I'll leave you with this to consider. If changing a you to an I can completely de-escalate a life or death crisis just by removing judgment, how might making this exact same pronoun shift permanently change the way you resolve everyday low-stakes conflicts in your own life?